All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Who's having a good Monday afternoon right now? All right, that was way more energy than I expected, not gonna lie. Thank you for being here in our Dunkin Music Lounge for Kiss 95.7 and KC 101. My name is Adam Rivers, and my pleasure right now to introduce, make some noise for Lukas Graham!
Hello.
All right, so that was one of the louder ovations I think I've heard in this room in a long time. So that was good. People are fired up for you to be here in Connecticut. I think last time you were in Connecticut was before COVID. I remember you did a show at the Oakdale Theater in Wallingford, and that was something where it was sold out. You know, obviously you had 7 years and everything going at that time. What have you been up to?
I've been expanding my family since last.
Well, congratulations.
I mean, we have to do something during lockdown, so.
I think we're all in that same boat. We're all in that same boat.
No, I still just like writing songs and singing them. I like when we're allowed to, when our governments allow us to. I like traveling around and singing them for people, and it's wonderful. Especially now, my kids are so old. I get to have the conversations with them, like, why is Daddy traveling? And I think it's nice to have the talk with them about find a job or a career that actually makes you happy.
And work hard at getting to that point.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird.
Or like us, just be lazy and hope it happens anyway.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know what? That's the way to go. If you can be lazy and have it happen, that's definitely the way to go. That's the preferred way to go. So I'm a new dad. You know, I got a 1-year-old. He'll be 1-year-old this upcoming
Congratulations.
weekend. Thank you. But like what you said, from the entertainment standpoint, it's difficult to adjust to being a parent and also doing all the entertainment stuff that you were used to doing. And, I'm sure for you, it's even amplified more going on tour. You were in Delaware, you were saying over the weekend, you did a show last week at our iHeartRadio sister station in DC. So, being on tour right now, do you get like a lot of FaceTime with your family? How's that going?
I try, and then my youngest, I heard her in the background, turn Daddy off. And I get it, because it might mean something to me and to Mama Bear at home that I get to look at them.
Yeah.
But it might not be in their best interests to then be reminded that I'm gone. Like a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, they don't know if I'm gone for 4 days or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have the same perception of time as we do as adults. So with my oldest, I made this little chart where we wrote down like the different dates I would be gone, and she crosses off one every morning. And with the little one, sometimes she really wants to tell me how she like fell or did something fun in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And other times she just looks at me and she's like, bye-bye.
She's like, I'm going to hang this space-time up right now.
Basically, yeah. But then I also realized, like, I might be gone, 10, 14 days on this trip. But, like, I have a few friends, they're garbage handlers. And 5-6 days a week, they don't see their kids until the evening, right?
Yeah.
So they're gone before the kids wake up. They come home, maybe get a nap. Maybe they don't because they need to do stuff around the house. They're super smashed when their kids come home from school. So it's like, I just realized every job is challenging with kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the way it is.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I think in the entertainment business, I'm sure it's happened for you too, there are moments that you remember in your career that really stand out to you no matter what. And one of those for me is when 7 Years came out. So me and the record label that you were on at that time had a really bad relationship. Like, we did not get along at all. I didn't get along with them, they didn't get along with me. And they begged me to play 7 Years. They're like, hey, can you just play this song one time? And I will never forget, I played it. I'm like, hey, give me feedback on this song right now, blah, blah, blah. Give me a call. And the first woman called, and she was like bawling her eyes out. Because of how emotional that song made her feel, because of the message of the song about getting old, whatever. And she was, she sounded like an older woman. But that was one of the things, is just like what we do from a music standpoint, from a radio standpoint, the emotion that you can get is so unique and like raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I never thought of 7 Years as a sad song. Like, to me, it's like an affirmative, life is a growing thing, and and then I've met so many people who have that same feeling that woman has, and like my oldest daughter, she won't listen to it because she thinks it's too sad. And I'm like, it's just funny how I write something from my perspective, and the world receives it in a completely different manner.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a fun career memory, and it's from Hartford, Connecticut. I remember It was the last concert we did on our 2016-17 tour, playing that show you talked about. And my wife took a picture of me with my 3-month-old baby, Viola, in my arms, outside the tour buses in the snow. And the whole touring team and the whole band is standing there. And it's one of those pictures that, you know, you have these resurfacing memories on your phone or whatever, and this one kind of pops up once in a while. Because it's the whole team. There's so many people in that picture. And I remember, Bob, we were trying to get the whole crew to come out. We were setting up, and the sound crew was like, we need to get sound check done. And the band was like, we need to get showers. And I was like, guys, we've been on the road for like 3 months straight. We need a picture before we leave the U.S. It was our last show. We just done Boston. We drove into Connecticut. We were going to drive to New York and fly home. Yeah. And it was like, if we don't get this photo now, it's going to be the photo we talk about we never took.
Yeah, enjoy the moment in the moment.
Yeah,
much.
So I have that one magical photo of everybody in the snow and Viola in this little bear jumpsuit thing. Sitting like this. Yeah, it was an epic moment.
Absolutely. So obviously, you know, your sound has kind of evolved over the years. New song, Cheat Code, is out, and I think that you're going to perform that here today. You know, it's very different from a lot of the songs that you had at the beginning of your career. Has it been more of like a songwriting change, or, you know, has it been more of a vibe change? Like, how have you gotten from, you know, where you were to kind of that point in making something that's a banger? You know, it's upbeat, it's got some really good energy and tempo to it.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of stuff has changed, to be honest. I still like sitting down in a room with a songwriter and a producer, and we just vibe back and forth, toss some words up. And what I like about Cheat Code is that it's new but nostalgic in some sense. It has a more modern sound, but it still sounds like some of the more up-tempo stuff we had on the earlier records.
Yeah.
And I remember when we talked about where they're going with Cheat Code, or this big ballad called Believer that's on the album, I was leaning towards Cheat Code just because I was kind of put in ballad country by, radio stations.
Yeah,
and the industry was like, oh,
absolutely.
Lucas Graham does these big ballads, but there's only one, maybe 2 ballads an album, right?
Yeah.
So the rest of the stuff I've made, a lot of it is upbeat and danceable. So it was nice to have like a radio team in New York say, let's go with Cheat Code.
Because of the tempo and the difference.
Maybe it'll create more of a broader perception of who I am as an artist in a certain sense.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a wonderful theme because there's a lot of love songs about love that didn't go right.
Yeah.
Like broken love and unhappy love. And what I like about writing the song Cheat Code is kind of like a 60s instructional in the sense that it's a song about making it work. Yeah. And not letting it fall apart.
I remember there was this manual that used to go viral on Instagram all the time. Somebody in this room hopefully will get this reference. It was like a book from like 1940 where it was like, if you want to attract a woman, give her a piece of cheese. Has anybody ever seen that meme before? No, that was somebody has. All right, you guys are making me feel like a loser. Damn, but you're right. Like I read that, I'm like, who would ever think that? Like, give her a piece of cheese? Like, what are you talking about? But you know, it's kind of a different. What he's saying about like the manual of what you hear in Cheat Code kind of reminds me of that, in obviously a much more cool and professional and modern way than that book from 1940. So yeah.
I'm gonna go straight home.
I swear to God, I'm
gonna
look
give
it up
my
on
wife
my
a piece of cheese, and I'll.
This radio guy in Connecticut told me to give you a piece of cheese. Like, I don't know what he was talking about, but he said it was gonna attract you to me. So there you go.
To be fair, right now she's pregnant with our 3rd daughter, and I think cheese has become a bit of an obsession for her because there's a lot of cheese you can't eat when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
All the great non-pasteurized Italian burratas, and so right now, she came home the other day and she saw her making the salad. I was like, "You're making all this just for me?" And she's like, "No, I found a pasteurized burrata." So yeah, no, I give her a piece of cheese. I totally get it.
There you go. All right, Lucas Graham here in our Dunkin Music Lounge. Let's give him a round of applause.
So I made it easy for myself. We have Andreas on the keyboard and Andreas on the guitar.